Hey YouTube, it's daily update time. We're going to talk about an interesting topic that's been on my mind for a long time because I teach about oneness. I teach that everything is oneness. I teach that there's oneness in creative dualistic choices and that all teachings lead you back to oneness. Many people teach that oneness is the ultimate truth. I teach that everything has to be the ultimate truth and that everything is oneness no matter how much we try to deviate from it. We'll go through our journeys of deviation of oneness and return to it in everything no matter what. Love is the ultimate truth. Oneness just happens to encompass it. So let's start there. There is a paradox of struggle and search and seeking when it comes to oneness. And that is that truth is actually myth in a third density environment, which is an interesting paradox because everyone is continually searching for truth to the point that they will create a fact, a science, a religion that if you do not honor that truth can lead to destruction, chaos, mass genocides, wars of all types. So the struggle for truth is actually something else. What you're really seeking is power. What you're really seeking is creative identity because you have misinterpreted oneness to mean sameness. That will make you insane. You want creative identity because you want to feel valuable and powerful. However, what I've observed is that the mass consciousness of humanity has confused value with validation and approval. Why? Because you feel you don't belong. When we begin to apply the ultimate technologies of forgiveness and acceptance, we understand that the truth is we don't have to belong. And what if the truth is that you do and you don't simultaneously? It might be a relief and a bit confusing. Why? Because one truth doesn't exist here. All versions of creative truth are encompassed in oneness. Yet the paradox is that the whole world is seeking all truths to be the same. Why? Because you have confused oneness with sameness. Sameness is not oneness. Sameness is your unique fractal of God and your unique struggle and seeking and eventually finding of identity only to rid yourself of it, seek a new one, go through the entire integration, approval and disapproval, goodness and badness of it, and then go back to oneness again. So what is really true? What's really true is that humans are built for connection, and that is what you're really seeking. So let's go back to the theory that one truth doesn't exist here. And so many people are fighting to find it. It in spiritual teachings, it in relationships and love, it in science, it in your jobs. You're looking for this mythical chupacabra. And this is evidence in science. Science and religion disproves its own theories and policies, and religious doctrine does the same thing. It disproves all of this over and over and over again. It rewrites and completely eliminates old doctrine in replacement of new. This is in every religion as well. It rewrites, replaces, and then urges mass consciousness of humanity to believe in the new fact. So what then happens? A new belief is formed and assimilated eventually in mass consciousness. So what we believe we're seeking in that is purpose. But what we're really seeking is sameness, because again, we're confusing sameness for oneness. And we do this, we'll find something and we're like, that's it for me. Have you ever done that in spiritual beliefs, in spiritual teachings? That's it, I completely align. And then the teacher or teaching will say one thing that throws you off and you go, that person's a fraud. That teaching's a fraud. That's not right for me. That must not be true. So what we believe we're seeking is purpose and meaning. What we're really seeking is to feel alive. Why? Because we've lost connection. Connection is the truth. Connection is the underlying building block of oneness that is the ultimate truth and the only truth in this world. Why? Because connection is built upon the true essence, theory, and fact of love. Love is true no matter what you do, no matter what you say. You'll question this in every way and go ahead. You'll say murderers can't love, rapists can't love, all these things can't love. Now I want you to take that and I want you to look outside of your realm of what you think love is and look above, beyond time and space continuum. Look into what you do before you're even born. When I see the Akash, I see spirits above time making contracts with each other. And those contracts are, I will murder you to help you remember forgiveness. I will murder thousands of you to help society completely blossom, change its false paradigms of disconnection and return to connection over and over and over again. Now, some of you will say, well, that's cruel. That's not fair. Actually, the universe isn't built upon fairness. That's not in these universal laws, and you knew that when you chose and signed up to be in a creative environment. Being in a creative environment that involves free will and sovereignty means that your connection to love as ultimate truth and connection within that love as ultimate truth is, for very lack of good word, your salvation. I say that because myth, religious myth, has taught you that salvation is what you need and require. Again, let's look at what's really true. Oneness isn't sameness. You are seeking creative identity. You have been seeking it because you believe you don't belong, and you are in an environment that proves that you don't. Humans are built for connection because it is the basic building block of love. Oneness is in everything, no matter how different it looks, because of pre-birth intentions and spiritual contracts that you chose before you came here. And no matter what you try to deem as good or bad, there is goodness and badness and sameness and difference in everything. And the moment you find difference, you'll struggle and turn it around to find sameness. The moment you find sameness, you'll struggle and turn it around to seek difference. That is the oneness paradox that perpetuates. Truth has everything in it. All truths on earth tend to be disproven and proven again and again. Why? Because you like it. Why? Because you can never lose your power. So in all of the things going on in this earth, there is something that you have power of, and that is your mind. No matter what happens or doesn't happen, in all of the 7 powerful potentials from these 7 archetypes of human existence, those archetypes have been here since the beginning of what you call time on this planet for millions of years. And the myths and the cultures that you keep alive are actually what are being proven and disproven time and time again. And you do this time and time again. Now, what's exciting, for the first time that I've seen as what I'd say a million-year ancient existence of my time on this planet, lifetime after lifetime, for the first time, I'm seeing pioneers come forth to break down myth, to break down cultures that aren't working, and to return to the truth. The truth, and the only truth on this planet, is connection. Yeah, connection. And if I tell you the truth is love, you'll say not all things are loving. If I tell you the truth is oneness, you'll say everything's different. If I tell you everything's different, you'll say oneness is the only thing that's true. If I tell you that there's a moon, you will say the sun is more powerful. If I tell you there were ancients that worshiped the sun for unique technological reasons that we turned into religions to dominate and control, you'll tell me then the moon must be better. Do you see this power paradox? So the oneness paradox is actually a struggle for power. So we can now replace that to power paradox. And here's the truth about that. You can never lose power. Don't forget that. Have a good day. If you want to learn more about these paradoxes and why we repeat them time and time again, join my channeling. Don't worry, many of you have saying you're worried about you're missing it. You're not missing it. It's on May the 20th of 2020, 1 p.m. You can get it at the link below. I look forward to being live with you and talking about the 7 archetypes that Dolores wants to discuss that have been here since the beginning of what you call time on this planet. I look forward to talking about the 7 missions or roles in ascension and the 3 waves of volunteers and what that does, how that applies to the 3 waves of volunteers. I'll see you very soon. Thank you for being who you are and for remembering that you can never lose power. I love you.